Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Wake your glass up. Real quick, man. I ain't gonna be on this thing for long. Just wanted to hit y'all with a thought. I've been seeing these videos more and more of put her in her place. I wanted to ask, what does that look like? Because for a lot of people, they'll say this shit in the middle of these relationship debates and these think tanks and panels and things like that, but nobody ever wants to define what put her in her place looks like. Women say it, the men say it, whether it's from the black side, the white side, whatever. There's a common idea that the nice guy is too nice, that the nice guy finishes last. The way I had to train my mind to think, because I used to be the nice guy. I used to hear that shit all the time. Nice guys finish last. What I had to realize through my experience, I'm going to get a bit anecdotal, but through my experience, the nice guy finishes last because he's the last man standing. What I've often seen is these same women, most of the time it's from the women, that say nice guys finish last, curve, misuse, mistreat a lot of the quote unquote nice guys, good men, period. And then they hit the wall later on, the proverbial wall. The weight gain, the I'm only focused on school right now, boom, here comes a baby. I'm only focused on me and my child right now, boom, here comes another baby. So she doesn't have time to work on a relationship with a nice guy because that's going to require her being a better woman. She get to thought it up all she wants to. And I know, I can hear you now. Well, just because she's a single mom doesn't mean she's a thought it is. That's cool. I'll give you that. But the fact remains, you pumping out multiple kids for multiple men. Usually they don't have, by your own admission, by your own complaints, usually by men that don't have any intentions on being fathers. So you've intentionally, you've chosen to be a single mother. That's what the fuck that is. That's what it looks like. Through your actions. Now you may say how you feel, like y'all normally do. You may say how you feel, how you even think. But what your actions say is something totally different. So got a couple videos I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna just react to. But let's take a look and see the same bullshit ass trope of put her in her place that nobody seems to want to flesh out. Their name will pop up on the screen. I try to give credit where credit due. I usually try not to really take other people's videos, but I just had to on this one.
After all the bad boys that I dated, I thought, you know what? Let me just date the good guy. And that didn't work out because I felt like superior to him.
There was no sexual polarity.
It just didn't work out because I felt like I was the boss. I felt
Did you find yourself snapping on him and getting a little bit more disrespectful than you normally would?
Very.
That's typically what happens.
Yeah. And I did things to him that I wouldn't do to Katie. And it's unfortunate because he's the good guy. He didn't do anything to me. The problem is that he didn't put me in my place when he should have, whenever that was supposed to happen. At some point in our relationship, he didn't put me in my place as the woman, as his woman, and he didn't show me that he can lead. So I felt like I was leading the entire household when it's really supposed to be him. After all,
shout out to them, hardly initiated. I really hadn't heard of this group until I saw that video, but shout out to them. I think I followed y'all. But anyways, yeah, let's look at that. Again, what does put her in her place look like? Because people, you see the way she just said it. And she admits, he didn't do anything to me. That's a nice way to say I was a fucking bitch. I was a fucking cunt. I tried this nigga every opportunity I got. That's a nice way to say it. Because her new dude sitting there, I think the other dude that was in the video is her new dude. So she roundabout gave Buddy a heads up, but you know, she also gave him that praise. Hey, I did things to the last guy I wouldn't do to you. I fallen for that bullshit too. Like so many other brothers have. Like so many other women have pulled off and then turned around and warned their brothers, their cousins, again, their friends, the guy that you grew up with, y'all grandmama go to the same church still. You done gave them a heads up about how females move. Why? Because you do the shit. See, the thing is, this isn't, as I've tried to press upon people, this isn't just about romantic relationships all the time. We see our family members do shit like this. We see our cousins, our friends do stuff like this. When I say family members, I'm talking cousins, sisters, hell, the adult women that we grew up under. We see them do this type of bullshit all the time. Well, he was nice, but too nice. Did any of y'all ever stop to think that brother was restraining himself? So it begs the question, what does it look like? It's putting her in her place, a slap in the mouth. Do I gotta shake you? Do I walk away? I'm just curious. I'm just really curious of what that looks like while I load up this other video. Now this is from the brother Justin Blue. Follow him on Instagram, follow his work. He be dropping jewels too. But on this one I have to ask, what does it look like? Give me a second, let me pull this up.
All right, I'm gonna say this and then get some hot tea and honey. Fellas, a woman is gonna test you to see if you put her in her place. Now, I know I done already pissed off the women with that because y'all like, what is a woman's place? A woman's place is the same place as a man's place, a place of respect. Oh, yeah, exactly. You wasn't expecting that. Bring your ass here and continue listening to this message. A woman is going to consciously or subconsciously test a man because she needs to know what kind of man he is. A person who puts other people in their place is someone who enforces boundaries and requires respect. One of a woman's innate priorities is the protection and well-being of her offspring. So she needs to know that the man that she's procreating with is willing and able to stand up for himself, her, and the family. Because throughout life, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to try you and your family, and they're going to need some straightening. And how can a man do that for his family if he don't even do it for himself? Message!
That sounds so pretty. It sounds so pretty. But again, what does that look like in real life, in real time? What does put her in her place look like? And the brother's right. Women are gonna consciously or subconsciously, most of the time, consciously, she know what the fuck she doing. She gonna try you. That's what we say in the South. She gonna try you. Call it shit test, testing, whatever other phrase. Down here we say, that bitch tried you. She wanna see what your reaction is. But you know what? God forbid you keep an even tone. God forbid you can look her in the face and say, hey, don't do that shit no more. Now you just put her in her place, right? Her place of respect. You didn't call out her name. You didn't raise your voice. You damn sure didn't raise your hands. So once again, what does it look like? Because see, when you say stuff like this on his face, it looks great. I mean, it sounds great. Hey man, when we're gonna do this, that, and the third. Go back to the video with old girl. Yeah, I blame him. He didn't put me in my place when he should have. What fucking extreme level of disrespect did you go to? Or was it so par for the course? This is the day-to-day routine. This is what y'all do. You say some slick ass shit. And see, that's the fucked up thing. I'm just gonna specifically speak about the black community right now. That's the fucked up thing in our community. That our women are known for having these attitudes. But then we get up in arms and raise hell when these caricatures are portrayed on TV, whether it's reality TV or a movie or a TV show. That's not black women. That ain't our culture. That ain't how we act. But yet and still, I can't wait to hear y'all stories after this Thanksgiving. When that conversation come up about why so-and-so isn't married. Y'all let me know how the women acted after that wine got in them. And grandmama had to put everybody out of their house. 9 times out of 10, it's the women doing that shit. Most of the time, it's not the men, but we'll take the one drunk uncle that act a fool all the time, the one nigga that act a fool, and we'll make that be all the men. The women get to be in there, be loud as they fucking want to, say whatever the hell they goddamn want to. And guess what? Don't nobody say shit. Why? Because other women right there with them doing that shit, and the men, we just don't want to be bothered. We happy to be off work and be eating. We don't even want to deal with that shit. I really want to hear y'all stories after Thanksgiving. Because it's going to be a sister like this that bring her new boyfriend to the family function. He done skirted his family, but I guess that's his fault too. He's nice, but too nice. He's actually courting. She's using him as a place filler. And then when he realizes it, and he does go to fuck off and put her in her place, call out her name a couple of times, flip the fuck out, maybe fuck up her car, maybe punch a hole in the wall or something like that. Now he's abusive. Now he's threatening because he got tired of it. And then guess what? You're going to blame him again. He should have been checked that. That's on him. He got to be a man. So let's take away the violent tendencies. I know I mentioned that a couple of times, but I'm asking a question. I really would like an answer because y'all motherfuckers got a real good habit again of saying this cute, anecdotal, psychological shit and just leaving it on his face. Put her in her place. Nobody wants to flesh it out. What does it look like? Because when he walks away, oh, he couldn't handle no strong woman. He just couldn't deal with her. Some silver-tongued nigga comes creep his ass along. Nah, baby, he just couldn't handle no real woman like you. You know, I see you for the queen. You blah, 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 blah. And y'all dumbass bitches fall for it. Damn near 100% of the time. If that wasn't the case, where the fuck are your children's fathers? Because this is y'all complaint. You're mad about your child's father not being there, but you'll run back that stupid ass game he ran on you, and you the simple bitch that believed it. Back to the nice guy. Now the nice guy has had enough. He raises his voice. Now he's threatening. He gives you the silent treatment to make a point. That can be a form of punishment or putting you in your place, correcting a behavior, if you will. Giving you the silent treatment, that can work too, right? Because again, I'm just throwing a bunch of stuff out there because nobody's defined it. Oh, all women aren't the same. The same thing isn't going to work for for different women. You don't see that in men? Maybe putting you in your place the way you need to be put in your place that's unbeknownst to him because you don't know how to open your fucking mouth and tell him what you actually need. See, y'all missed that when Sis was talking. He didn't do X, Y, Z. She never expounded on. And I know it's just a clip. But I highly doubt that she ever expounded on her sitting the fuck down, talking like an adult, being a big girl, and explaining what she needed out of the relationship. Highly doubt it. Because that's typically not what happens. This is why you see men all the time, and we call it begging and shit. Like the brother's trying to work with you. What do you need from me? We're fixers. We fix shit. So that brother probably asked her, what do you need? And tried to meet her there. But guess what again? The fact that he heard her, he listened to his woman, he was willing to compromise, now he's weak. and she'll turn around and do what I call the sweet bitch shit. She's not screaming, she's not yelling, she's not the caricature. But you got to watch that because that's another one, the sweet bitch caricature. Well, he was the nice guy. He didn't. It's unfortunate. I mean, he didn't deserve any of that. He. I was still a bitch. Learn to read between the lines. And when the brother asked her a direct question, did you find yourself doing things to him, saying things to him that you wouldn't have said to another dude? Oh, definitely. Ain't take a breath, hesitation, or blink an eye. Definitely. Sweet bitch. Just as kind-hearted. Give you the clothes off her back. Fucking conniving. And I don't know sis from Adam or Eve, but I've dated that type before. Just in her verbal presentation, just her tone of voice, facial expressions, body language, all that. I've dated that one before. Not her, not actually her, but that type before. And to the brother Justin Blue, hey, he's right. Women are gonna try you, test you or whatnot. But again, what's the action? What's the actionable item that you're going to be able to execute to correct the problem? Again, because men are fixers. What's the actionable item? What are we going to do to fix this? Because this whole, it just didn't work out bullshit can't keep riding. Now that we're talking about bettering our relationship for those that want a relationship. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a dating guru. I'm just a single brother that gives a damn about my community. Even if I'm taking a step back from it right now. Because of bullshit like this. We love words in our community too much. I'm going to veer off for a second. I'm going to come back to the topic. We love words in our community. As long as shit sounds nice, it's acceptable. It doesn't have to do shit. We don't got to win worth a goddamn. We can keep losing as long as we look good. And right now, because our women are the freest fucking women in the history of the goddamn planet, it looks good on its face. No matter how bad it may look on camera with all the twerking and everything else and women doing what the fuck they want to, it looks and sounds good because women are finally sexually liberated. They're finally free. And we got enough men that agree with this shit that the horse is out the barn and that bitch done ran all the way down the dirt road to the neighbor's house 2 miles away. So we don't know how we're going to get it back in the barn and get a little bit control over this shit. But it sounds nice again. Bringing it back to the topic. To put her in her place. We need strong men. We need leaders. And when brothers are leaders, when they're doing what the fuck they're supposed to do, because we can always highlight where brothers are falling short. We never want to talk about that brother that's doing what the fuck he's supposed to do. Why do we leave him out the conversation? And before you answer, the motherfucker does exist. He lives and breathes. Not perfect, but solid. But because he's not perfect, but he can't tell nobody shit. But you accept all the imperfections from every other man. Let me guess. Because he put you in your place. So somebody talk back to me. What does it look like to put a woman in her place? Have this discussion over Thanksgiving. Y'all circle back to me. Drop your initial thoughts in the comment. Y'all already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. But seriously, have this conversation over Thanksgiving. When you and your cousin step out for that drink, or that weed, or that cigar, have a conversation. What does it look like? Is it a slap in the mouth? Again, original question. Do I gotta shake you? Do I got to raise my hand? Threaten to raise my hand? Do I just walk away? Do I ignore you? Do I quote unquote check you in front of your friends? Because doing it in private isn't going to work. So I got to kind of embarrass you in public. Because Justin said it was a woman's place is a place of respect. That means giving and getting. So if she's not giving it, and that man has to correct that as a leader, head of household, because sis said she felt like the boss. But again, there's plenty of brothers out there just simply extra. He's not the nice guy pushover. I'm gonna do another video on that. Because people have misconstrued that and just ran with it. Y'all motherfuckers and became millionaires. Bitch, it's my turn. We're gonna change some of this narrative that y'all been lying on for decades, repeating everybody else's topics. We're gonna switch shit up a little bit. We're gonna really hit that nice guy thing on the head. But right now, how do you put her in her place? Y'all let me know in the comments. Circle back with me after Turkey Day or whatever your respective holiday is if you don't want to celebrate the genocide of Native Americans. Just enjoy your time off with your family. Y'all be safe. As always, brothers, make better choices. Peace.